So, hello and welcome back to another pretty much noun lesson. So, today we're talking about count nouns, mass nouns. So, the thing about count nouns is that you're counting from singular, so we've got mass, to plurals, to masses. And mass nouns, you don't make a plural because they're plural anyway, because they include more than one thing. So, we have the count nouns, and there's more than one way you can make plurals, but for this video we'll just focus on whether you can make it a plural or not. So we've got mass, you can turn into masses. We have story, you can turn it into stories. You see how the endings change with whatever the ending of the original noun is. Then we've got roofs and roofs. You can see the base of the word changes. You don't really need to know how the actual grammatical naming of this. It just gets too complicated. So just make it simple. You need to learn each of these individually. So if you're having trouble learning the actual nouns and how they change, just take a few of them, like 5 per day, and learn it off by heart. It's the only way you're going to learn it. It's how we learn in primary school. Then we've got sand. Is that sand? Oh yeah, sands. I'm actually reading this backwards. Then we have these soils. Soils. So sand and soil, it does include, like when you're actually in your garden, what are you looking at? You're looking at the soil. So this is a bit different than those ones. So this one, roofs, we're talking about, 4 roofs of a house, of houses. This one is 1 roof or 1 house. So this one is more than 1 house. But with sand, soil, you're talking similar thing, but with all the soil in your backyard, it's just soil because it's just singular. All the soil in your backyard is just 1. But if you take the soils in my backyard, the soil in your mum's backyard, and the soil in, I don't know, the backyard of someone in Darwin, so you've got 3 soils, because they are 3 different types of soils. The soil of my neighbour, my house, and my other neighbour are the same, so that's the soil, the one type of soil. Or if you're taking 3 samples, then it's 3 soil samples. So it gets a bit complicated. So then we have mass. So these ones make up a plural. So you got homework. So you got 1 homework or 3 different types of homework. You don't put homework, so you don't put an S on this, so you don't make it a plural. Then we've got mathematics. So mathematics encompasses a whole field from algebra to calculus and a lot of different other types of mathematics. Mathematics includes all of them. So you can separate it. You need to indicate which type of mathematics it is. And also another thing is that I need to write this, is that in America they say math, M-A-T-H. In Australia we say maths. Okay, so we indicate that as a plural. So that is just a shortening of math, but in Australia we say maths. So that's the difference. I'm not too sure in the UK they might say maths because a lot of Australian derivations that we get from the UK. We have adopted a lot of American isms, but math is one we have not adopted here. Then your physics, it's the same as maths, but we don't simplify it. News, so you've got a news article. So a news article, you put a news article. Or if it's more than one article, we just say news articles. So how does that go? So this is how we do it. A news article, news articles. Hope you can read that. Then we've got oxygen. We don't say oxygens. So oxygen is in the atmosphere. It's also an atomic element. So you can say the oxygen atom or the oxygen atoms. So that's how you pluralize and singularize the oxygen atom. But if you're talking about the atmosphere, we just say or the oxygen in the atmosphere. So, and atmosphere is also singular, so we don't pluralize atmosphere. Then we have snow. We don't say snows, it's just snow, so that is singular. And if you wanted to comment on two different places that have snow, you just say the snow at this place and that place, blah blah blah. Butter, we don't pluralize that, we don't say butters. So if you have one tub of butter or one container of butter or two containers of butter, should I say. So we pluralize containers, so that is how we do that. So here I've written it, one tub of butter, two tubs of butter. So we pluralize in tubs in which it contains. So that's how we pluralize butter. Intelligence. So we don't intelligences. No, we don't really pluralize intelligence, so it's singular. Then we have metals, so gold, silver, tin. That's a bit more complicated. So yeah, so that's generally when we're talking about the metal, singular. So all the tin in the world, the tin at this mine and that mine. And then we have both. So we have some words that can be count nouns and mass nouns. So what we have is wine. So all the wine in the world. The wines that come from France, or all the wine that comes from France. So it depends on how you construct the sentence. And we've got cheese. We can say cheeses. So cheese, all the cheese in Australia, the cheeses of Australia. And coffee. Did I pluralize that? No. So coffees. So all the coffees in Australia. The coffee of Australia. All the coffees of Australia. So some of these can be count and mass nouns. So it depends on how you construct the sentence. If anyone would like to, I could make a few videos to show you how to construct both sentences, both count and mass nouns using these. Anyway, this is just a short introductory video to count and mass nouns. I hope it clarifies some things. If you have confusion, leave a comment down below and I'll make another video to clarify it.